Okay, welcome to the continuation of the Introduction to Tabla video series. The first 8 parts are up on YouTube. You can get to them from our website. There's a link, just go to the Tabla section and you'll see Introduction to Tabla video series and click on that and go to YouTube. If you haven't watched those first 8, you should do that because I'll be building on the information that was contained in those videos. We're going to start looking at the tekas, the rhythm cycles that are played on the tabla for accompaniment. They're called teka. There are various tekas in different numbers, varying from 5, 6, 7, 8 on up. The most common is 16. Teen Taal. We're going to start with that. But before we do that, we're going to just review a couple strokes that you need to play that teka. So first one is na. Na is played on the kanar. Remember, the kanar is the outside part here. The middle part is the sur, and then the black part is the gob. So the na takes place on the kanar, and it's played with, it's a tip stroke from your index finger. You mute the gob with your ring finger. Your thumb is just here on the braid, giving you a reference point, and then your wrist are straight, your finger is hitting the kanar, and below the kanar is the rim, the wooden rim of the tabla. So you get a very woody sound there. This is different from tin, which takes place on the sur. The tin stroke is a full finger bounce stroke, whereas na tends to be a dead stroke. You can get off of it really fast if you want, but you can also just keep it on there. It's pretty much the same sound. The tin stroke, you have to move forward a little bit just to get more of your finger on the surface of the drum over the sur. And it's a bounce stroke. The middle finger is extended in the air, and you hit the sur with your finger and you bounce up. Again, the ring finger is muting the whole time. You can kind of drop your hand down on it, but this finger has to be muting. And it's an airier sound. It's more of a sustained sound than the na. The na, this is taking place over the inside of the shell underneath the skin, which is air, so it gives you a lighter, sustained sound than the na, which is taking place over the wooden rim. Those two sounds, na and tin, are what the dominant hand, in this case I'm playing right-handed, so the right hand plays when you play Teen Taal teka. Teen Taal teka, teen means 3 claps. Every teka in the classical repertoire has a clap pattern that listeners can clap to it, or people can clap while they're reciting bowls over it. In the case of Teen Taal, it's 16 beats. It's divided 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. There's a clap on the first group of 4 on 1. There's a clap on the second group of 4, clapping on 5. The third group is the start of the second half, 8 plus 8. So to differentiate the first half from the second half, you do a wave called kali, and there's no clap there. And then the fourth group of 4 on 13 is a clap again. So we go da, din, din, da, din, din, da, tin, tin, na, din, din, da. In numbers, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. So that's why it's called Teen Taal, because there's 3 claps. 3 claps, 1 wave. The right hand plays an ostinato pattern alternating between na and tin. In this way, it's na, tin, tin, na. Na, tin, tin, na. 4 times. Tin, tin, na, tin, tin, na. So every group of 4 is exactly the same as the other groups of 4 in the right hand. So if you're only playing your right hand, you have no way of knowing where you are in the cycle. The Baya gives you that information. This is the absolute skeletal structure of Teen Taal. There's lots of ways to ornament it, and that changes with the tempo from very, very slow to very, very fast and everything in between. So depending on the tempo, you will ornament this skeletal structure in different ways. But this is the most basic skeletal structure, and you always are following and keeping this skeletal structure even though you're ornamenting it in different ways. So the Baya starts, Ge plus Ma is Da, and Ge plus Tin is Din. So Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Tin, Tin, Na, Na, Din, Din, Da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. Notice the Baya is open until beat 10, where it drops out and stays down 11, 12, 13, and still no Baya, comes back in on 14, 14, 15, 16, Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Tin, Tin, Na, Na, Din, Din, Da. The ostinato pattern in the right hand is always Na, Tin, Tin, Na, Na, Tin, Tin, Na. This is a 4-beat pattern, Na, Tin, Tin, Na. Whereas the Baya, generally you want to be alternating strokes. And so you have using 2 fingers accented in with the index finger unaccented, accented, unaccented, accented, unaccented. Like that, alternating. That's a 2-beat pattern. So within 4 beats you have Na with accented, Tin with unaccented, Tin with accented, Na with unaccented. So the Baya hand, you're kind of doing this kind of thing where you're doing 2 different things at once. Takes a while to get used to that. You have to learn to get this on automatic pilot where you're just alternating in your Baya hand while you're keeping Na, Tin, Tin, Na in your right hand. So Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Tin, Tin, Na, Na, Din, Din, Da. That's basic skeletal Teen Taal. So looking at the Baya hand, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you drop out 11, 12, 13. When you come back in, you want to come back in on the unaccented. 14, 15, 16, so that when you come back to 1, 1, you're on the accented again. So just the Baya, Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Din, Din, Da, Da, Tin, Tin, Na, Na, Din, Din, Da, 1. So when you're going fast,